Hello my fellow gardeners. It is a hot and humid morning here in Tulsa, Oklahoma. Figured we're gonna have to do this video early in the morning because last night about 9 o'clock it was still 101 degrees out here. This morning it is quite humid, but I wanted to take this opportunity. I've got two pots. This one here, just as you can see, this Angelonia is, I think, finished blooming for the season. So I just wanted to do a few touch-ups on some of the pots, and I thought I'd go through and let you know what I'm thinking, and you guys can kind of join me along as I kind of spruce up these pots a little bit. So right here, this is the first pot. I've mentioned this in my other pots, this Scaviola, this fan flower from Proven Winners. Truly my favorite flower this season. I love it, and this pot should just continue to bloom. These flowers in this pot should continue to bloom until frost. So I am going to go ahead and take out this Angelonia and plant something else in here. So this is the first pot. Not a whole lot that I really need to do here, but if you come around the corner here, there is this pot. That this was, in the beginning of the season, this was my favorite pot. And truthfully, when I was away on vacation in July, it kind of started looking pretty poor, and I haven't really given it any attention since. So I'm going to completely redo this pot. And so I'm looking forward to going through the different flowers that I purchased at actually from Proven Winners and from our local nursery, and not exactly sure what I'm going to do, so we'll kind of go through this together. So here are the flowers that I purchased, a good handful I purchased from our local nursery, and then I did pick up a few things from the Proven Winners website. I was happy to go to the local nursery, and they had a few more annuals, namely these little zinnias here. So I kind of go through these plants with you. These right here are just your little miniature zinnias, and I've picked up a couple pink ones, an orange one. These will continue to produce flowers until frost hits, and these were $4.99, and I love just sticking them in a pot, as you can see from the pot behind me. And then I purchased a couple more of these that I filled in some of my landscape here, just to provide a little bit more color where some of the flowers have died back. So I purchased these zinnias. I also purchased some celosia, some orange celosia. So my thought process in these pots is I really want to go ahead and add in more fall color. You know, fall here, it doesn't really, well, I guess it depends, but we should really have nice weather throughout September, really into October. Well, we'll start coming out here as it cools off a little bit more. So adding in the fall oranges and yellows, I'm excited about getting the pots updated with those, which is why I purchased the orange zinnia and some of this orange celosia. I also purchased from Proven Winners, it's called a Sunbeanie. Cute little yellow flowers on here. This is, from what I read on their website, it's a creeping zinnia, and so it blooms from planting to frost, likes full sun. So I loved the yellow, and I figured this would go really great in a pot. So this is the first time I've ever purchased this. I'm excited about that. I also purchased this Biden. I didn't realize these little flowers were so little, but aren't they cute? A good fall color. and I am going to put that in a pot as well. So this is called the Campfire Flame Biden. It also blooms until hard frost. Oh, it is an annual. I thought this was a perennial. Okay, so this is an annual. Now this does say to fertilize regularly, whereas on the zinnias, what I have learned is you do not fertilize these. But this actually does say fertilize for best results, so that's good. So here is the Biden. And then I had to get the Scaviola. The purple over there is the Scaviola. This is white, and I am going to buy several of these plants next spring, and they're supposed to do good in your flower beds and pots. So this was so successful this year that I'm certainly going to buy each color and add it in my landscape and continue to add it into my pots. So not sure if this will go into the pots today. I may plant it in a flower bed. And then this is just a really, I know it kind of looks like it's dead grass here. It's called a sedge red rooster grass. This is a perennial, but I really, really like this for a fall basket. So we're gonna stick that in a pot for some height. And this is just a little black pepper plant. I love the black leaf with the green underneath. So I'm not sure if I'll stick this into a pot quite yet or not, but I went ahead and purchased it. It was $4.99. So I figured we could go ahead and, last but not least, this is an Artemisia or an Artemisia. I'm not sure. I've never bought this before. And I loved the silvery texture, the color. This is definitely a foliage plant. You plant it in full sun. And this grows to be about 2 to 3 feet tall. And so my thought is, as I will have it, I'll add it to a pot this summer, or end of summer, and then as it gets cooler in the fall, I'll take it out of the pot and I'll put it into the landscape. So that is one thing that I've kind of learned over the past year or so is, you really can add the perennials into your pots and then just take them out and put them in your landscape. So, but I love this color. Definitely I'm going to put it over there in the purple pot and take out the Angelonia. But I love this color up against purple. It's just a really pretty contrast. So let's get started. So we are finished here. That didn't take too horribly long. Again, I just love the silvery foliage up against the purple, and I am excited to add kind of more of the texture into my flower beds. So I'm not sure just how much this will grow over the next few months, but I sure think it's pretty and it's different, and it gives a little bit of height to this pot that really should continue to produce these flowers and be pretty going into the end of October-ish. So, and I did want to take a minute and kind of talk to you about my experience with gardening. This fall will be 3 years that I've been really heavily addicted, I guess you could say, to gardening. The very first outing that I had, my husband and I, when we moved here, went to Lowe's, and I had absolutely no idea what I was doing, and I picked up, 10 to 12 flowers. I think I just went to the full sun area, and I didn't look at the tags. I just looked at what the flowers looked like at that point, and we bought a bunch of stuff, and I took it home and just kind of stuck it anywhere. One of those, actually, is our cottage garden over there. It had been all rock, and so we completely redid everything. And I think the only thing that is the original from when we first planted things 3 years ago or so is the hydrangea. I had actually planted a Weigelia shrub on the border of the bed. So that can just kind of show you that I had really no idea what I was doing. But I do remember planting everything that fall and watching it just really, it did grow some in the fall, but then that next summer, seeing so many of the plants come back up, and I just loved it. And really since that summer, I've really made a lot of different changes throughout the different beds. I've created new beds. Yeah, my mom was an avid gardener. As I grew up, she lived out in the garden. I'm talking when I was on my way going to school in the morning, and when I came home, she was in the garden. In her beds, she created beds. She was so creative. And as a child, you know, I didn't really appreciate it at all. I don't think I really took the time to sit there and look to see all of what she did and how beautiful it really was. And, you know, as I was growing up and even into a young adult, she would come over to my yard and she would plant things in my flower beds, I think with the hope that, hey, maybe I'll keep it up. And I didn't. I was raising 2 young kids, and it just kind of was the last thing on my mind. I loved the way that it looked, but I never really took the time to go out there and keep it up. And it's something that, you know, I wish that I would have learned to grow to love sooner. But I will say now that as I'm out in my yard and in my flowers, every single day I think of my mom, and it's something special that I think that, you know, that we share now. So it would be really cool to see exactly why everybody that's watching this video, you know, why do you love gardening? You know, I love gardening because it helps the pollinators, because it's beautiful, because it's something that I share with my mom. You know, it's nature, it's living, and it's exciting, and there's nothing like coming home from work and putting on some comfy clothes, and when it's not 101 degrees outside, you know, just going around and just looking, having that evening walk around your garden, and I love it. I look forward to it every single day. So maybe you can comment and tell me why you love your garden. So, all right, now moving on to the second pot. I'm really gonna take everything out of here. Product. I didn't end up taking this grass out. I thought this could have been dead, but I think it's going to be just fine. But I added in the zinnia back in the back, and that will kind of grow a little bit taller, definitely wider. So put that back in the back with the celosia up front. I did put the Bidens in the center here, and I'm not exactly sure. These aren't going to get too tall, and I'm not really sure how they're going to do this fall. Same with the Scaviola. This spreads, and you know, hoping it'll kind of hang over. It might end up overtaking those Bidens, but I'm not exactly sure. Again, we only have, you know, I'd say 6 to 8 weeks of it being in this pot. I'm not sure exactly how it's going to do. The creeping zinnias should kind of spill over too. So, but loving the fall colors, just a whole new character for the pot. Kind of gets me excited about fall, although I truly want to enjoy these last few weeks of summer. But the other grass that I had over there, Didn't use it, but I'm gonna probably use that here in another pot within the next few days. So, but there you go. Thank you so very much for joining me today. I had a lot of fun. So you guys enjoy your day and hope to see you again soon with another video.